Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Stephen Jeung Show here. I'm very blessed to have my guest, Duana Huggins. She is the expert in the commercial space. Just glad to have my partner here, Mark, as well, joining the call, of course. Hey guys, how you guys doing today? You guys staying dry over there?
Not as wet as you. Yeah, drier than you guys, I would say. Ohio's pretty nice though. We've been getting pretty good weather. It's actually going to be about 100 this week.
Oh
So
man,
Wow.
that's
yeah,
hot.
more to that. It's going to be humid though, so that's the bad part. So maybe buy some water or something. I think.
How about you, Duana? Where are you coming from?
I'm in Las Vegas right now. We got some rain. They were all panicked, but pretty much we did pretty good.
Oh, I love Vegas. I'll be
Yes.
back at the Venetian on September 4th. So yeah,
Oh, well,
I
how long
love.
are you going to be here for?
4 days. Maybe we can get together. Yeah, I'll be there for 4 days. I got 4 nights over there. I was at the Cosmo, and me and Mark were at the Aria last month. So
Yep.
yeah, I love Vegas. It's like my home away from home. I was there last year, like 30 days last year in Vegas.
Oh,
So pretty
wow.
crazy.
Okay,
All
you
those
probably
nice
could
hotels.
teach me some stuff.
Yeah, maybe some craps and yeah, maybe play some stuff like that. Okay, hey, anyhow, very excited to have you on the show. I think commercial insurance, commercial space, we do. I'm doing wealth management, life insurance, retirement planning, and this is your core competence. We're really blessed to partner with you and cross refer all our clients to you because they've been really happy. So that's why you have you on the show today. But anyhow, tell me a little about commercial insurance. How is that different from personal insurance? I know, like, I don't really know much about this space, your space. So if you can give me some education, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. So commercial insurance, the way that it differs from personal insurance, is that you're running a business. So you have a business, whether it is a landscaper or a truck driver, a contractor, whoever, and you're using your vehicle in most cases to either take the supplies to the business um, where you're working, or you're actually using your personal vehicle. I'm sorry, your vehicle for business, such as a truck driver. The way commercial policies are broken down when it comes to auto is in four parts. So you have your auto liability, which is pretty self-explanatory. And then you have general liability. General liability comes into play when you're on a job and you accidentally hit somebody's building. So you're not on, like you've already dropped your load, you're leaving, and then you hit somebody's building. So general liability comes into play for a truck driver that way. And
That's
then you have cargo, whatever you're carrying on your vehicle. And then sometimes they have like trailers, or it depends if you're what type of vehicle that the other parts come into for physical damage. But that's how it differs for commercial versus personal. So personal, you have one policy, it does it all. It's gonna, if you hit somebody, it takes care of the people in the other car, it takes care of you, your passengers, and that's it from from one policy perspective. But commercial is about four. So
Okay, so one's like, let's say I have a personal policy, and everyone's doing side hustle these days. Everyone's doing side hustles and doing different things, and they might be transporting things. On a personal policy, would I be covered if I got in an accident and I was doing some type of per se side hustle?
no, unfortunately not. If the claims adjuster is asking you the right questions for a claims adjuster, such as like, well, what were you doing when you were driving?
Uh huh. Uh huh.
If they find out you were on a job, then they can deny your claim. I actually had a young lady who was using her vehicle in her spare time to deliver groceries, and it was like Instacart. Um,
Oh,
and she did not tell me that when we wrote the policy. So, and got into an accident. They
oh my
denied her
God.
claim, and she was responsible for taking care of her own damages.
So wow, that is eye opening. A lot of people don't know that. They just think, oh, I'm using my personal car, so whatever, I'm covered, so it shouldn't be an issue. A lot of people don't assume. I'm not going to get in an accident. Obviously, that's what people assume, but it does.
Hmm.
Accidents do happen, of course. So Instacart would not cover in that situation. They're not. They're like
No,
liable. That's
you
kind of.
have to be forthcoming when it comes to the policy. And a lot of people are scared of commercial policies.
Mhm.
They think, not now, granted, it is a little bit more expensive because the liabilities are there. But they think that just because you say I'm going to run, Instacart or anything like that, when it's just groceries, it's typically not that much more expensive. Now, when you're putting passengers in your vehicle, then that might be a little bit different. But For the
Okay.
most part, it's not that much more. You talk like $20 to make sure that if you do cause an accident, that you're taken care of. So I would pay the $20.
Wow. So how does that work? Can you amend the policy and say, hey, do you want to have a policy with you? Now I'm doing Instacart now and I want to get a commercial policy. Can you
Of course.
you can make
Of
that
course.
change after something is enforced?
Yeah. Depending
Well,
on the carrier, most of the time they're like, "Oh, okay, now you want to drive for Uber or Lyft, or you want to do Instacart, or you."
mhm.
It's just a click of a button to call and
Oh,
call
wow.
your agent and change it over. Now, if you have a pickup truck and now all of a sudden you're picking up freight for Amazon, that's different. We need a
Yeah.
whole different policy for that.
Okay, wow, that's great news, guys. That's a lot of value, guys. Do me a huge favor, smash that like button, guys. This is huge value, guys. This can save you thousands, tens of thousands of dollars in liability as well if you get in an accident during that
Absolutely.
time. So, I know that your background, you and Mark go way back. You used to work together. I know you went to college in Ohio. You got your MBA. And I don't know that many people with MBAs doing commercial insurance, or maybe there's a lot of you guys out there who are very educated, and you want somebody who's really, really knowledgeable and knows their stuff. So that's why we choose the Jung Agency choose to work with you. What are other things that we got to watch out for? The public need to watch out for. You think that you run it that you see, or that's a really big one. Anything else that you see that a lot of citizens out there are making mistakes in terms of not getting a commercial policy or maybe not getting insurance when they should?
Yeah, a lot. Again, it go. I believe, and this is just from the people that I work with, that they stay away from it because they're scared of a price tag.
Hmm.
I understand that. My company, hey, this is insurance. We do things a lot differently. What we do is we take the time to get to know you first, figure out where your niches are and what do you need, and then we go from there. I can't guarantee that you're going to pay $500, or I don't make up prices, but what I can guarantee is that I'm going to try my hardest to find you the lowest premium that we possibly can get and still get you covered for the way that you need to be covered. And I take the time. So that first conversation, a lot of people are like, I really don't want to talk to my insurance agent, blah, 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 blah. I understand all of that, but I'm going to take probably about an hour of your time trying to get to
Wow.
know you to make sure that I'm doing the correct thing for you. So
Wow,
there,
that's great.
yeah.
1 hour, man. I can't imagine. Usually auto brokers like 5 minutes. Like, oh, look at pull my driver's license. Here's the car. Okay, here's my rate. What's the price? It's a very transactional thing, opposed to you sit down, like speak with them, get to know them, and how are they going to use and utilize the policy. And are you working covering all 50 states? Are you covered most on the West Coast, Midwest, or all across the country, pretty much? I know you're based in Vegas, but you conduct business all across the state, I imagine.
Yeah, so I'm licensed in 48 different states, where I'm minus Hawaii and Massachusetts. So those are the only two states that I am not licensed to write insurance in. I
Wow.
do have comrades that will, if you call me and say, hey, I need it, I will reach out to them and say, can you take this phone call for me if they need help? But for the most part, those are the two states that I don't write in.
Wow, that's amazing. One stop shop, 48 states. Wow. My heart goes out to Maui. I was there about 3 years ago, and oh my God,
Yes.
I can't imagine all the destruction, commercial insurance that would be required to pay out. It's going to be astronomical
Yeah.
in that sense. And how would someone want your services? What's the best way to get a hold of you, Duana?
I am always answering my phone. So if you give me a call, I'll answer.
Okay. All right. I like that. I don't know if you want to throw that. Y'all don't know if you want to throw that phone number out to everyone, to the public, but hey, if you want to throw out in the
I
ether,
absolutely is
what
two.
is your phone number?
Yep, 216-307-3466.
All right, guys. 216-307-3466, guys. You have
Yep.
a
And
professional.
if you happen to not get a hold of me, you can always get on my website. Is links down there to give me an email. Sometimes people are in a rush. If you get home really late at night, if you throw me all of your stuff in an email, I will respond and say, hey, I'll look at quotes for you. So
Okay. And then your email, like, so your website is, hey, this is dot agency. Is that right?
yes, sir.
Okay. And then your social media tags are, hey, this is insurance on Instagram. I believe that's your
And
hashtag,
Facebook. Yep.
and Facebook as well. And that's probably the best way to get a hold of you guys. Hold of you. I'm sorry.
Yes.
You and your
Well,
team.
I do have a team, but you'll
Good.
mostly talk to me.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. So I always like talking to the owner of a company, and it's something special that you're still obviously involved and passionate about. Okay, so that's it. Commercial insurance. Okay, tell me some other things that you do. Obviously, we did talked about auto. What workers' comp? That's a big one in California. The cost is so expensive. Tell me about other services that you're providing for your clients.
Yes, of course. So yes, I can do a workman's comp policy. I can do rental property. So if you have a rental building that you're not living in, 100% of the time, I can write that as well. I can do event insurance. Like I had a guy a couple weeks ago called me. He's starting his own alcohol brand,
Hmm.
and he needed event insurance to cover that, weddings, things like that. So I pretty much, if it's a commercial policy, if you are talking to your regular agent and they said nope, that's a commercial policy, you can call me and I can pretty much service it.
Do you think most people do both, or people just do personal only, and then they don't do commercial? I would say majority of people probably just do personal, and some people specialize like yourself who does commercial, right?
Yeah, so as a PNC licensed agent, you can write both personal autos or personal property, as well as commercial. The difference is when you're talking to someone who is specialized in commercial insurance, they tend to dig a little bit more, find out a lot more about their clients to make sure that they're protecting them without just clicking buttons. Once upon a time, I have to admit, I was a button masher until I realized that, that I needed to be a little bit more versed in what I was doing and how I was servicing people. So there's nothing wrong with going through an application as a PNC agent. Sorry if I'm stepping on your toes, but there's nothing wrong with going through the application and answering and asking the questions. You have to have a knowledge behind of what you're doing, why you're doing a general liability policy for a trucker versus a general liability person for somebody who paints walls.
Okay.
You need to know that so you can write the policy the correct way. So,
Okay. All right, guys. Just want to say, guys, again, guys, hope you're enjoying this podcast, the Stephen Jeung Show. We're bringing value, guys. Do me a huge favor, write a review, share this, and make some comments about that. If you're definitely in need of commercial insurance, definitely call Duana Huggins, 216-307-3466. Her website is agency. Sorry, this is agency. You can go there and learn more about her. But just want to appreciate you, Duana. And hopefully we can get together in Vegas, one of my favorite cities. And hopefully Mark can make his way out there as well, too. So, all right,
yes.
guys, we will see you on the next one. Hold on one second.